So here's the situation. Your management company keeps forwarding complaints about stray cats in the community. They're under cars, wandering through gardens, making noise at night. Some residents are even bypassing management entirely, insisting on bringing this urgent cat problem directly to your board. And of course, everyone expects you to solve it immediately. But before you jump into action, let's talk about what you can actually do here. First, let's reframe how we think about this. Feral cats are essentially wildlife, just like the raccoons, possums, or squirrels that live in our communities. Think about it. Would your board take action if a resident demanded you remove every raccoon they spotted? Every bird? Every squirrel? Probably not. There are legal and practical limitations to what you can do. You can't simply remove or harm these animals. That's illegal and unethical. When residents bombard your management company with complaints about cats, ask yourself if you're creating a double standard. Unless you're in a purely urban environment with nothing but concrete and brick, wildlife, including cats, is simply part of your landscape. Here's what residents don't understand when they ask you to do something about cats. Professional wildlife removal services typically don't relocate animals. They usually euthanize them. Is that what your community really wants? Support for removing cats often disappears when people understand this reality. And remember, management companies aren't wildlife experts. They're administrators who coordinate vendors. And frankly, there aren't vendors who specialize in humanely relocating cat colonies. Wildlife management professionals generally recommend leaving non-threatening wildlife alone unless they've actually entered homes. That's when animal control becomes appropriate, not when animals are simply living outdoors. What your association really needs is a clear policy about wildlife interactions, including feral cats. Here's what works. First, establish that the association doesn't intervene with wildlife unless it poses a genuine health or safety hazard, not just because someone doesn't like seeing it. Second, provide residents with information about local animal control resources they can contact if wildlife enters their actual homes. Third, create sensible rules about not feeding wildlife on common property, which can increase populations. This balanced approach acknowledges that you can't eliminate all wildlife from your environment. Remember, once you start treating cats differently than other wildlife, you're creating a precedent that's almost impossible to maintain consistently. Your next step is straightforward. Develop a consistent wildlife policy that includes feral cats. This policy should clearly define when the association will and won't intervene, provide resources about coexisting with local wildlife, and establish rules about feeding. When residents complain specifically about cats, refer them to this consistent policy instead of creating special cat-focused initiatives. Animal control should only be called when wildlife enters homes or poses genuine health risks, not just because it's visible on the property. By treating cats like any other wildlife, you create a sustainable position that prevents an endless cycle of complaints about every animal that calls your community home. If you found this perspective valuable, we invite you to connect with us. Facebook viewers, like our page and follow us for regular updates. Feel free to message us directly with your questions or community challenges. Instagram viewers, hit follow and feel free to DM us with your questions or community challenges. YouTube viewers, subscribe to our channel and check out the video description for helpful links. Visit our website to discover our thought leadership content, books, and resources that can transform your community management approach. Whether you're dealing with the challenges we discussed today or other community issues, we're here to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.